Richard here. Time for another edition of Alternative Shred. So, we're going to sort of continue the theme we started with the last lesson in the series, where we sort of did one lick 3 ways, and I think we actually did it more than 3 ways, but that was the concept, was taking a basic lick and seeing how we could apply some of these other ideas that we've explored in the Alternative Shred series, and maybe get some different sounding stuff out of the exact same sequence of notes, or patterns. So as you may have heard in the opening lick there, we are dealing with a diminished type thing today, which I think is pretty cool because there's a lot of applications for you guys that are maybe more into the harder stuff, the metal stuff, or the prog stuff. This is some fun melodic territory for you, where you can really sort of twist listeners' ears with some of these altered sounds. So, diminished. First of all, the basic sequence we're going to work with, which is actually a very cool sequence in and of itself. We're going to take a basic diminished triad. We're going to play it all on one string. So we're playing 12, 15, 18. We're playing 12, 15, 18. We're doing 11, 14, 17, and you skip over to the B string, do the same thing. So we're skipping a string every time. Playing on the low E, 12, 15, 18, then on the D string, 11, 14, 17, then on the B string. Okay, pretty cool sequence. I love that kind of thing. This one actually even sounds really cool if you just keep it symmetrical and don't even shift the strings, because that's what you have to do to get the actual diminished tonality. But if you just play the same exact shape across all the strings, get a pretty cool sound. Okay, so let's take that idea and see how we can mix it up a little bit. The first thing I would do is, sort of like we did in the last one, is go with the legato tapping approach. Tap the third note of every sequence on every string. Same sequence. And now we tap the third note. Already got a kind of a cool, more legato sound because we're doing the tapping thing. So that's a really cool variation. The next way I would do it is, I don't normally put the pick down for these tapping licks, as I sort of harp on all the time. I'm going to do it here. We're going to play this lick. Now we're going to add a 4th tap. We're going every 4 frets, so 12, 15, 18, and then 21. Now we got something going on, right? That's cool. We got some unison notes in there. But that's okay. It's cool. It can give the lick almost sort of a staccato type feel when it changes the rhythmic pattern when you have those unison notes that happen in the middle of the lick. It's really hard to almost pick out. It's very deceptive when you're playing this at warp speed. So that's the next approach that I would do with this kind of lick. And to sort of expand on that idea, like we did in the previous example where we played this thing symmetrically, right? Well, let's apply that to legato tapping, both variations. Let's play it first just this way with 1 tap. That's pretty cool. It sounds kind of cruddy when you play it really slow, but if you start to speed this thing up, gets pretty hip sounding, and it almost doesn't matter that you're not doing the proper diminished shifts to get it correct diminished tonality, because it just sounds so neat and outside. As long as you sort of land, like if you're doing this over like an E, as long as you land on an E, or one of the tones that sort of fits in the key you're playing over, you're okay, right? You're safe. So you can really get away with these symmetrical patterns. Well, I think you probably know where I'm headed with this. Let's add the fourth tap. Okay, so that symmetrical thing can be really, really effective. Sometimes it is even cooler than just playing straight diminished because it sounds like some kind of crazy altered scale. Nobody has to know you're just playing the same pattern across all those strings. It's a very, very cool idea, and it can be applied to a ton of stuff. So one lick, a bunch of ways. We took a basic, which is still, in its own right, awesome shred lick. And we added the legato tapping with the single tap, we added the legato tapping with the two taps, and then we did the symmetrical thing both with legato tapping with one finger and legato tapping with 2 notes per tapped per string, and we did it symmetrically. And it just kept kind of getting weirder and weirder as we went. Again, Matt Richard here, Alternative Shred Series. Hope you guys are enjoying it. We're going to branch out, do some different stuff in the coming lessons. These last couple, I really wanted to sort of demonstrate how my brain works when I come across a certain sequence of notes. I try and apply some different techniques to it to see which one maybe fits. Maybe one works for one solo and one is better for another. But just explore. When you come across a new idea, try to see how many different places you can take it rather than just letting you sit on that one idea and never doing anything else with it. This is sometimes where the gold will come out and you'll stumble on something you hadn't even maybe thought of before. So have fun with this stuff, enjoy, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, so that way you get the alerts when the new lessons come up. Hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, whatever, let me know how you're digging it, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.